from Morin Champion. It is Skylar Scarnecchia, already in the Crimson Tide. We gotta love it. Skylar, thanks for coming on and being with us today. It's been a while, but we love talking to you on this show.
Well, thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
Yeah, it's an exciting time for you. We know you're excited. I want to give a shout out to anyone that's watching this from Alabama to ignore the Tennessee back there. It's okay. Today we're all Crimson Tide. We're Crimson. We're promise. We're all good. Skylar, for anyone that I want to give you the moment. So for anyone that doesn't know, maybe they haven't followed YSN today, or they don't follow you on social media. We got you on because you've made a very important decision about your future. I want to give you the moment to kind of let everybody know why you're here, why you're on this show.
Hi, so I am officially committed to the University of Alabama to play wheelchair basketball for their adaptive sports program. I've been playing wheelchair basketball for about a year and a half now, and to get to this point is huge for me and such an honor. I have worked my butt off for this opportunity, and just working out with my dad constantly and going to the gym and practicing. It's really paid off, and I'm so excited to start my new journey there.
This is awesome. The last time we had you on, you were kind of getting into the elite wheelchair basketball world. You were getting your introduction to that. You were finding a passion for the sport. And here you are a year and a half later, you're committed to not just a college, you're committed to a D1 university in Alabama for the Crimson Tide. You just said you worked your butt off. Take us through the process that it takes to get from starting wheelchair basketball a year and a half ago to now being a part of, one of the more respected programs in the whole country.
Yes, so going into it, I've had a background of stand-up basketball since second grade. Even after my amputation, I continued playing. And when I first sat on that chair, I fell in love with it. So I knew this is where I wanted to go with my future. But I really didn't take it serious until after my first Alabama wheelchair basketball camp, which I was only playing for 3 months when I first attended that camp. And that's when I knew, this is the moment. This is the place I need to be. This is, the family and, people I want to surround myself with. So I knew I needed to take it serious from there on out. And, constant practices with my team, improving my skills and my fundamentals with my dad on my alone time and going to the high school at Champion to practice. And also going to train core, endurance, upper body with my personal trainer. And I couldn't have done it without all of those people to get to this point. And of course, I still have so much to work on, and I can't wait to develop those skills with the Alabama family. So I'm so excited for that.
So what attracted you to Alabama? And obviously you went to an Alabama camp, and what were some things that made you realize that this is a place you wanted to be and you wanted to work towards being able to be on this Alabama team?
So going to Alabama, everyone has said to me that's just such a loving, welcoming place, just everyone down there. And I really experienced that there. And then as soon as I walked onto that campus, it just felt like home. It just felt like this is where I was meant to be. And a little backstory of how I knew God was calling me to be at Alabama was going into this, I had no idea about what the mascot was. I just knew that Alabama was a huge football school and that it was a big D1 college. And I just knew that they had an amazing wheelchair basketball program. That's all I really knew. I was very uneducated about it. So I wanted to get an Instagram picture with the main sign, the University of Alabama sign. And my parents were like, go to camp. We're going to find it when you're playing. And then at the end of camp, when we pick you up, we can go get a picture with it. So they picked me up from camp, and I was already so sad that I was leaving. The people there is they were my family immediately, and I met some of my best friends there and everything. And when they picked me up to go to the sign, I saw the big elephant with the trunk up above it, and I just started crying immediately. And my family looked at me and they just started crying. And the backstory behind the elephant is that when I was diagnosed, the lady who made my t-shirts for me that the community wore throughout my whole journey, she was like, pick your favorite animal. And so I chose an elephant with a trunk up because the trunk up meant good luck. So when we saw this, it was just a full circle moment. And it was God was making it so clear, this is where you're meant to be. I've taken you this far not to fail you. And, I'm laying it right here. So that's when it really confirmed to me that this is where I needed to go, and this is why I was going to work my butt off for this opportunity.
All right, so that just gave me goosebumps. I'm gonna try to get through the rest of this interview because that was awesome, and that's just a God moment. You can't put it any other way than the way you put it. What was the process like from that point on to now? Like, what was it like to go from realizing this is where you wanted to be to then, okay, how do I get there? What work do I have to put into? And now here you are, you're there, you've committed.
My coaches on the Pittsburgh Steelers team has been such a great help with helping me improve my skill and taking me to the next level, to where I needed to be in this moment in the season of my life. And also my dad as well, just really pushing me to get those shots up and making me at 11 o'clock instead of this 10 o'clock shooting form, because, you know, that's all that mattered to me, was to get there, and I was going to do whatever it took to get there. And now that I'm here, I'm going to do whatever it takes to see that court and, and make my team happy and to hopefully make the Paralympics one day.
Keep dreaming. That's what I love about it, because we've been following your story ever since we had you on the first time a couple of summers ago. What I want to ask you about next is just the future outside of the sport that you see from Alabama. Obviously, it's a great educational school as well. A lot of people go there just for schooling. I've been to campus. I've seen all the schools that they have. What are you kind of looking into studying down there? What kind of career path do you see for yourself that Alabama will help you get into?
Again, this is another God story. So what I wanted to go to, not many colleges offer this with the career I want to go into, but I'm going to be studying human development and family studies with a concentration of child life to become a child life specialist. And what inspired me to go into this was my child life specialist, Diana, from the Cleveland Clinic. When I was sick, she was like one of the biggest support systems I had in that hospital, and really made me not feel alone during that time. And she sat there, played Uno with me when I was going through chemo and was sick. She helped explain procedures to me and made things less scary. And that is what my goal is, to help these other kids that are going through that in the future. And I could be the light to them.
I've been to Alabama's campus. It's a big campus. It's a beautiful campus. What are you most excited about being down there on campus when you get down there next fall?
Oh my goodness. Just everything. Like seeing all the people there, going to the football games. Those football games I am so excited for. Also, I'm very girly and I love dressing up, and I really want to see all the sorority girls rush. Like, I'm not going to be a part of that, but watching them, that'd be interesting, and seeing all of their fun outfits and everything.
I remember sorority and fraternity row. Those houses were like they're mansions by themselves.
They are.
Man,
That was a staple. I was like, Mom and Dad, I need to go see the fraternity row and sorority row, and these houses are amazing. Like, it's insane.
the other thing that stuck out when I was on campus was their courtyard was so big, so
Yes.
big. I was telling the people I was with, I was like, this is like half of YSU's whole campus, and it's just their courtyard. What in the world? It's
Yes.
mind blowing down there. It's a different culture. It's SEC. It's South. Obviously, it's far from home. What are some things that make you a little bit nervous about being a little bit far from home?
Obviously, my heart, which is my parents and my brother. I'm going to be so far away from them. But we've had so many family discussions that we're just all at peace with the decision. There's not one thing that's like trying to hold me back from staying here in Champion or anything. Like, they're like, we're going to find you one day, Sky. Like, you just go. And that really reassures me that I'm making the right decision and that I'm meant to be there. So honestly, I don't really have any worries besides missing my parents so much.
What is one life skill that you think you have to either learn how to do or you're going to miss that your parents do for you
Oh,
when you're away from them at home?
definitely laundry and time management. Uh, time management, I think that's going to be super easy to learn, especially with my schedule as an athlete there with classes and everything. But laundry, I feel like that might take a little bit. But yeah.
I also want to take a little bit of time to talk about your golf season because you were a golfer for Champion. You still golfed for their golf team, and we know you guys had an incredible season, a lot of memories there. And you're still a Flash. You're still a Golden Flash. You'll always be a Golden Flash. Talk about what it was like being on that Champion girls golf team, and what it was like this season to see them and yourself have so much success.
Oh my gosh, golf has such a big place in my heart as well, and I am gonna miss golf, but it was such a great season with me and the girls. We worked our butt off for that to make it to districts, and there was not one match where we didn't put our all into it, even if it wasn't our best. But I told myself at the end of the season, I was like, I need to break 100 for 18, and I did just that at districts. I scored a 97, which that was like my biggest goal. And to finish my senior golf season off with that I just felt very accomplished.
I'm convinced there's not a goal that you will set that you won't meet. With this learning your story and the things that you're doing, what are you going to miss most about Champion and the school system and the people in the school system when you graduate?
Yeah, I'm gonna miss their support. Like my vice principal Barson has been very supportive throughout the whole thing, and yeah, I'm just gonna miss seeing those friendly faces that supported me through it all.
All right, so now the big question is, what do you have going on leading up to next fall? I know you're still heavy in the wheelchair basketball with your team. What kind of things do you have going on? Give everybody a kind of an update on where they can see you, maybe where they can come and watch before you get into Alabama and obviously a part of the Crimson Tide.
Yeah. So actually, this weekend, Saturday and Sunday, I'm going to be having a tournament at Edinburgh University, which I will be posting on my Instagram, my schedule pretty soon for that. And I'm the Team Pittsburgh Steelers. So I have that this weekend. So my Instagram is I am Skylar Strong if you're interested in that. And just throughout the season, we're going to be traveling to different states and everything. We're trying to maybe host something a little bit more local. So fingers crossed we can get that to happen. But yeah, we're officially D2 for my Pittsburgh Steelers adults team. Last year we were D3, but we came runner-up in the national championship game. So this is a brand new setting for me and my team, and hopefully we can do really good.
And all I'm saying is I gotta learn some wheelchair moves. I gotta
Oh,
get in the gym. Gotta get in the gym with Skylar to learn some of these moves because I've seen them on Instagram and I'm like, how in the world? We've talked about it too. The getting used to the athletics chair. It's different than your the normal just everyday wheelchair. What was that like for you? And you talked about to me how hard that was just to get used to movement in that chair. What was that like for you?
so because I'm not in the chair, I feel like I had kind of a fresh slate. Where for
Mhm.
people who are in wheelchairs, they have to like relearn all of that. So I give them so much props because it was already so hard for me to do. Um, but I'm still trying to learn some new chair skills and ball skills in the chair as well because it's so precise. And I can dribble, I could go behind the back now. But it's adding those little cooler tricks in my practices when I can start to master them.
Mind blowing, mind blowing. We're gonna get together. We're gonna make some content for
Yes,
YSN,
yes,
and
we will.
we're gonna get me some wheelchair moves before you leave for Alabama for sure. Skylar, I want to give you the chance to just thank the support system. Thank whoever you want to thank you. We always give interviewees the chance to give shout outs at the end of the interview. So I want to give you the chance to just prop some people up that have been crucial to getting you to where you are right now in your life and put the spotlight on them.
Yes. Well, I want to first of all thank my family just for being the rock in my life during this whole time and sacrificing so much to get me to where I am today with all of our trips and traveling and pushing me to do those scholarships and grants and everything. Um, Also, I want to thank Coach Hines and Alabama Adaptive for giving me this opportunity and believing in me to continue on the program. And I also want to thank my personal trainer, Joe Devation out there. Follow him on Instagram. He's the best. For also just building me up and also just being so encouraging throughout this whole journey. And I also want to thank the Steel Wheelers for also just developing me and sticking with me throughout this whole journey as well. There's so many others, but just thank you in general to anyone who's believed in me, encouraged me, and just supported me throughout the whole thing.
You're awesome, Skylar. We love having you on the show. We got to do it more often, and I know people love it when you come on. Thank you for joining us today. Congratulations on your commitment to Alabama. I know you're signing really soon as well, so when you do that, congratulations on pinning it to paper, and we wish you the best of luck the rest of the way.
Well, thank you so much, Anthony. I appreciate it, and I appreciate you, so thank you.
All right, Skylar, we'll talk to you soon.
Have a good day. Bye-bye.
You too.